3. And welcome back, everybody. This is Ghost Stories Told from the South. I am your co-host, Lexie.
And I am your host, Steven Booth. How's everybody doing today? It's Uncle Boo. Story time without Uncle Boo.
It is the second week of November, I believe.
Yes. It sucks. Halloween and that's just what ticks me off, man. People already start putting their Christmas trees up.
I know. We will wait till after.
So you know what? I'm going to start getting a bunch of stuff together and let's see. I'll start getting our front yard ready in September.
I like
for Halloween.
I like it. So as I was planning ahead for the next 2 podcasts for the month, I realized 2 things. 1, we're about to be at 30 episodes. 2, we're about to do our 5th special because we had 2 3s.
Yes.
And we are about to be at our 6-month point.
It's awesome.
Yep.
And we're getting close.
We're almost at 1,000 downloads.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
By the time this comes out, we might be at 1,000.
Yeah. Heck, and we got some new people, I think, in where? Italy?
Yeah.
Italy and some other countries are listening to us, and thank you very much out there. But we'll do all that goobing and gabbing at the end of the program, yo. But hope everybody's been having a good November so far. It's been nice weather. See, and that's what I mean. It's still spooky weather.
I know.
It's like this morning. It was creepy.
Yeah. Going down where I live, because I live sort of by a lake thing, and it like fogs up a lot.
She lives in a van down by the river.
One way to put it. It fogs up really bad in the morning, like the lake and the water.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like something else on the hill. It looks so creepy. But anyhow, I think we should get started, and I'm actually going to let Dad start it off this time. So, what you got for us, old Dad, you?
Alrighty, I've got Helen's Bridge, North Carolina, Asheville. The legend goes Helen lived nearby with her daughter. One night the house caught on fire. Helen made it out, but her daughter didn't. Helen missed her daughter, very bad. So she hung herself from the bridge.
Okay.
So her spirit roams the bridge in nearby woods looking for her daughter. She will ask you if you have seen her daughter. Yeah,
Dang.
She'll come right up to people and be like, "Have you seen my daughter?"
No. Why is it that in all these stories people kill themselves? That's a common thing. So common. Or have been killed.
Well, you get you get the tragedy of the losing whoever, especially losing a kid, especially your only kid.
Yeah.
That'd drive me cuckoo birds too. And then fuck it. I mean, I can see why they do it. I mean, if you're the only person and they're gone.
Yeah. Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, we got a lot of shorties today.
Yeah. It's just strange, though, guys, because sometimes we looked at what I do. I'll get on the internet and I'll just binge and just look for stuff for like a day. I'll get like 10 or 20 stories, and then I'll start picking and making our episodes, and we'll start doing our, getting ready to do our shows. But you can ask Lexie. Sometimes we'll go look stuff up, and man, there's a page full or 2 pages.
And then there's some things there's like nothing.
It's like, well, here's the story. There you go.
Yeah. Well, it's okay, because I think you guys still enjoy it, even though we have a bunch of shorties, but it's okay.
I'd love to start getting some emails from you guys and like pictures of like maybe some legends where y'all live, or heck, if y'all live around any of these places, take a picture, send it to us.
Yes, we would love that very, very much.
Email-y,
Instagram-y, it doesn't matter. All right. Well, I'm going to be doing the Maple Hill Cemetery in Alabama. Huntsville, Alabama.
Oh, Huntsville.
So,
I think we have kinfolk. I think we have kinfolk around there because I know I got some. That's where the Booths are from, and I got a cousin that moved down there. Can't remember if he moved there. Or, anyways, go ahead.
All right. You guys like that.
I'm rambling, mumbling. Sorry.
So, this is basically the largest cemetery in Alabama. It is about 100 acres for a cemetery. It's freaking huge.
It is big.
And it's the oldest cemetery in Alabama.
Dang.
This place was established in 1818, and people come from all over the world and the country to come visit this cemetery. There are more than 80,000 grave sites.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's known for its ghost encounters. Not for its history, but for the ghost encounters, which, I mean, I'm okay with.
Yeah, I'd much rather have the ghost encounters than...
Yeah. So, the
I
stuff
say that the first time I really see someone, I'd probably go, go.
I know, right? So, the first thing that, like, the ghost stuff that happens is that they hear strange noises, and they see apparitions of ghosts, the dead children, and they see dead children playing in this playground, and, like, people have walked up to them and being like, hey, who are you, or who do you belong to, and the children have, like, just disappeared.
Dang.
So, yeah. Swings swing on their own. Orbs of light and pictures are around you float. And there's this feeling they say you get whenever you enter. And it's kind of different for everybody, but it's like a feeling you get when you enter.
Oh my gosh.
So, that one's a shorty, but I kind of... I mean, it's a cemetery, so I know it's going to have history, but it makes me wonder, like, who's buried there, and, like, what kind of... But it's also a cemetery, so, like, every person had different things.
There's two good hot spots here in Mineral Wells. I'm going to bust in real quick. I don't really know these people. I just know their establishment. I'm not pushing their stuff just to, I'm pushing it because it's freaking cool, and it's, hometown. There's the Old Baker, not the Old Baker, but
Haunted Hill House?
Nazareth Hospital. They've got a deal they're doing, I think, November 13th, some paranormal stuff. And they turned into a haunted house during Halloween. And then out there on the base, there's the old hospital.
The old army.
You can book stuff to do it, paranormal stuff. They say there's some spooky stuff in there. And then remember a house on the Haunted Hill House.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I'm not trying to, I'm just endorsing them because they're cool. And it kind of ties into us, And that's one thing we want to do is kind of get somewhere and do a podcast one night and have some people walking around investigating while we're doing our podcast. And then we do it for 30 minutes and then switch around or whatever.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty cool to do a live podcast like that.
It would. It really
and
would.
That's another thing we're going to try to do. I'm going to talk to Lexie more about it either this month or in December.
Hey, we should do it for New Year's.
Before the...
New Year's.
Before the year's gone, we want to try to do a live podcast either on YouTube or
Facebook.
So
or maybe Instagram. You just guys have to let us know if you want to see that.
All that, because we've got to plan ahead and do it.
And yeah, we have to. So, well, I'm gonna go again because I have more than Dad, just a little bit more. So I'm gonna go ahead and have another shorty, and then I'll let my dad take over.
Fine.
All right. So this is the Curtis House Inn in Woolbury, Connecticut. So Gordon Ramsay used to feature on the show Haunted Hotel. Or wait, not Haunted Hotel. My bad. I don't know where that came from. Hotel Hell. And he brought in the paranormal investigators to he was a part of that show, and it's a paranormal show, and they proved that it was haunted and it was big because Gordon Ramsay was in it. So there's not that much history, but it's like a 265-year-old history. So I mean, it's pretty old, and it was renamed the Evergreen Inn and Tavern I think in 2015. It's been renovated a lot, so that means it's stirred up a lot of stuff. And Ed and Lorraine actually have gone there. That was one of their places that I guess took off their career.
Oh, heck yeah.
Because we covered them, but it didn't go into that much detail.
Yeah, it didn't say every house they went to because it kind of went with the ones that just kind of put them on the map that made people go, "Oh, look what these people can do."
Yeah. Well, Daddy, it is your turn.
All righty. This one's the Purple Church in Spencer, Oklahoma. On the outskirts of Spencer, Oklahoma, there is a place. There is a place with scary history and ghost. It's called the Purple Church. It's not really purple or a church. It's a concrete foundation with steps that lead down into an underground cellar. So apparently this was a house at one time, and it got torn down or something. Because your basement got built into it. Because you always put your foundation first, then you build up.
Yeah.
So they probably was it was the house at one time and got tore down. But they say it was an old church that was destroyed many years ago. All that remains is the cellar.
That's not creepy at all.
Yeah, it's not creepy.
They knocked down everything but the cellar.
Well, the cellar's underground.
I know, but they can't fill that in or something.
They probably they don't know. It might have got burnt down, or tornado might have hit it, and they just said screw it. It's called it's called purple because of the satanic symbols.
Oh, wow!
It has a history of cults meeting there and having rituals. Lights and voices have been heard in the nearby woods.
Why is it always these places that have been abandoned? Why is that a go-to for cults?
I'm a chicken shit. I don't know if I could do the woods at night. In a building, I could probably do a building at night. But I'm a big chicken shit, and I'd probably get scared.
Yeah, I would too.
I am. I'd get scared too easy. Because out in the woods, man, there ain't no...
protection.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, Lexie.
I have some long ones. It's okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, I got another a real little bitty one. That didn't...
Dad has a little bitty one.
I got a little story.
All right. So I'm going to go next. My next story is in England. This is the Noctan Hall Hospital.
Noctan. Oh,
so,
yeah.
This place was used by the Royal Air Force and then later the U.S. Air Force before closing down for good in the 1990s.
Yeah, a lot of bases got shut down in the 90s.
Yeah. And it's one of UK's most haunted locations because England is in the UK, if you didn't know. And this place was originally a RAF hospital in the 1940s. It opened in 1947 as the official hospital. It had a maternity ward, operating theater or ORs, and a necrophilia. Yeah, but it's not philia. It's necrophiliac ward. That's what it was supposed to say. Okay, I couldn't talk. It closed in 1944, and then that's whenever it became the Air Force unit, and then it got shut down. So. That's not. I don't have a lot of history on this one, but the ghost stuff is kind of creepy. So, there's a ghost girl that stays there, and she kind of just haunts the place. A servant was apparently murdered in there one time by a son. I guess when it was a house or something.
That's always great. Getting killed by the servant.
Yeah, there's sounds of sobbing and crying. Ghosts have been seen standing at the end of staff members' beds during the night.
Yeah. And
there's apparently this one, gray lady.
See, why is it always gray or white?
I don't know. It's crazy, though. I don't know what I do if I wake up and I see somebody, just standing at the foot of my bed.
I definitely, yeah.
I freak out.
Yeah.
So... that's all on that one. It's really short again, but I have another one that I'm going to do, and I am excited about this one because if you have been listening for some time now, then you all know how much I love American Horror Story.
Oh, gosh, yeah. She was mad when they said they was canceled the season because of Corona.
Yeah, I was PO'd. So this is the mansion in California, or... known as the Murder House from season 1, where it all began. So this is the 1908 Alfred Rosenham Mansion in LA, California. This is one of the most important estates in LA, also in TV. So Alfred Rosenham was a German-American architect who built it in 1902. He lived in the mansion with his family after he got done with it, and they lived in the house for about 11 years, and then he sold it to the richest man at the time in California. In the early 1930s, an actor by the name of Edward Everett lived in it. Then it became a Catholic of nuns that lived in it, and made it to a church thing. Well, then Sisters of the Social Service also came, and they added a chapel to the grounds. And then by 1994, it had a bunch of remodels to it and different owners. Well, then an earthquake hit and damaged the house, and the nuns didn't want it anymore, so they put it up for sale. And they put it up for $3 million. And it runs about like that today still, I think. It's pretty expensive.
People live in it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's sold right now to somebody.
Oh, my gosh. So wouldn't that be cool to live in? I don't know if I could live in a house where I've seen a scary movie in.
I know. I don't know if I could because I'd be scared of
yeah.
seeing. Because if you haven't seen American Horror Story, they're going to detail. They're not afraid to show you
Yes, and I'd be like, oh man, I'd be like, that's where that. Oh my God, yeah.
That's where Vivian gave birth, or yeah. So I don't know. Well, speaking of that, so I mean, yeah, it's been in numerous movies and stuff. It's about 6 beds and 6 to 5 baths. The last owners, or the current owners, I don't really know, they think it's haunted. This couple bought this house in 2015, and they sold it in 2018, so yeah, they don't have it right now. But they sued the realtor and the previous owners for not telling them the history.
What was it? How?
I guess apparently a lot of bad stuff happened there, but I can't find anything.
Huh.
So I
have seen where that doctor that owned it did some.
Yeah, see, I've been seeing some stuff about that, but I don't know. But pretty much everything that happened in American Horror Story is they twist it and they make it. But the doctor lived there; he did some creepy stuff there.
Yeah, the actual doctor did live there. I remember that.
So, but they were hearing loud bangs at night and stuff like that. Well, then a worker was touched by a ghost girl. They would find this ghost girl just crying all over the time. A ghostly butler was spot on the stairs in the distance. There's been satanic rituals in the yard. An exorcism has been performed in the house, apparently. I don't know. But the couple said that it's not a malicious spirit, that it's a nice spirit. So who knows?
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, that's kind of... that's creepy. I did love that about that actress. Sorry, Dad's looking at pictures of the house. So, that was that. But...
So it's me turn.
Yes, it's your turn.
Sorry it's a shorty one today, guys. We'll do better, like I said. It's been rough. We've had some internet problems and stuff. And
also, so I'm trying to balance college.
Oh, yeah, she just started doing college and stuff, and she isn't here as much as she used to be. Because me and her used to cram. We'd get in here and do a lot of research and cram for about 3 or 4 podcasts, and then we'd do a podcast all weekend.
So we caught up for a month, but...
Yeah, now we're like, God damn.
Yeah, life.
Between this one, your sister's, Ashley's...
And then your footballs. Yeah.
Excuse me.
But it's okay, so
all good, mate.
Tell the folks about your story.
Okay, my next one is the Oklahoma Octopus. They don't say which lake or nothing. This is another one that's short, and they didn't really give a whole lot of detail with it. I couldn't find a...
Is it like an urban legend?
Kind of, but there's no hard pictures, I don't think.
Alright.
I never could really see nothing I mean, of course, they're showing octopuses.
Wow, that is small.
Yeah.
Alright.
3 lakes in Oklahoma have some sightings of an octopus. It drags swimmers down to the depths and eats them.
I think I've heard about this.
Yeah, I don't think there's really any hard... I couldn't find any hard evidence on this one. So might be another one of them folklores, guys. You know how much I love them folklores. But
well, if you're at the lake next time and you see somebody getting dragged under...
Wouldn't that be weird? I mean, I couldn't... That's another thing. I don't want to die like that. Just be out in open water and feeling them tentacles around your freaking legs and just pull you under.
No.
Just the feeling. Just imagining that feeling of something coming up my legs. I just want to be like, what the
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I can't. Okay, well, I'm going to do... How many do you got left?
None.
None? Okay. I'm going to do... That's perfect, because I'm going to do my last two, and then I figured after that we can talk to them.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Tell them, catch them up on stuff.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to do another place in Oklahoma. This is the Bird Creek School, and it's abandoned now. It didn't say why it shut down. It didn't say when it shut down. I couldn't really find a lot on it. It's creepy looking. Okay, let me just get started and then I'll say this afterwards. Okay, so this is a one-room schoolhouse built in the early 1900s for Native American children. So, it's like, I don't want to say it's cursed by Native Americans, but it is. But, like, a lot of, like, the land, because, like, if you haven't noticed in most of my stories or, like, the urban legend things, the Native Americans, if they didn't want you on their land, they would, like, drive you out. And they were very territorial.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, it's understandable. Well, legend is... Yeah, that's the school. It's really creepy. Legend is that if you write your name on one of the empty chalkboards and then you leave the room, you'll come back a couple minutes later and your name will be gone and the whiteboard will be totally clean.
Wow. So that's another place I'm going to go check out.
Yeah. That's all the information I have on that place. Like, I literally couldn't find a lot, but, like...
Yeah.
They're like, if legend has it. But, I mean, if you look at pictures, it is kind of creepy. So. Alright. Well, now I'm going to do another one. I'm going to do the Dead Woman's Crossing in Weatherford, Oklahoma. Also, I didn't know that Oklahoma had a Weatherford.
Yeah. It's just like Texas. There's a Paris, Texas.
What is there, Paris, Oklahoma?
No.
Oh, wait, no, Paris, Italy. I thought we were still in Oklahoma. I was like, there's a freaking Paris, Oklahoma.
Oh, gosh.
But then there's another Mineral Wells, too, somewhere in the world.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Because we'll be looking on the map sometimes on the radar, and it will be like, Mineral Wells. And then, like, in our it'll be like Mineral Wells for us, too. And I'm like, what the heck? But I didn't know there was a Weatherford, and so I was like, oh, my gosh, this is here? How have I never seen it? And then I saw Oklahoma, and I was like, oh. But... Anyway, I have a lot of history on this, and not a lot. I have one story, but it's kind of long, so stay with me.
I'll try.
All right. So basically, this is a bridge on a road around Deer Creek in Weatherford, Oklahoma. There's a local legend, and it states that in the 1950s, not the 1950s, in 1905, my bad, a woman... by the name of Katie and her baby daughter boarded a train to visit her brother-in-law in Payne County. Well, I guess she went missing or something because she hadn't got there. Well, they said that 2 days before she had filed for divorce from her husband, and her father, I guess, put her on the train to get away from him, and her father never heard from her again. Well, then he hired a private investigator because he was like, I need to find out what happened to my daughter. So the private investigator finds out that Katie had befriended a prostitute named Franny Norton, I believe, on the train.
Oh, Franny. She pissed Franny off.
And Franny took her and the baby to the brother, and they stayed there for a few. I guess they got there and they were hanging out, and then Franny and Katie and the daughter all went on a little trip in a buggy, which, like in the wagons or whatever. I said buggy. But it was 1905, so it has to be like the wagons. And the detective had found out that they were in the buggy and like disappeared for like 3 hours, and then came back, and Franny was the only one that came back. Like the daughter and the baby they didn't come back at all.
Wow.
And I guess the brother-in-law called the cops, or not called the cops, but the brother-in-law was telling him this because He's also a private investigator, so, like, they're smart.
You're a smart guy.
So that he found out that, that happened. And there was a gust of blood on the wheel, so they were talking to Franny, and they were like, why? Like, what did you do? And
I do nothing.
Yeah, well, then I guess the brother-in-law told the private investigator that Franny had brought him a baby that was drenched in a red dress, like a blood-soaked dress.
Oh, my God.
But Franny denies any involvement. Well, then it came out later that the mom had poisoned herself. So that's how she might have also died. Well, then Franny, after she denied everything, she didn't get put in jail or anything, she had poisoned herself. And everyone was like, oh, it's because you did it and you felt guilty. So that was one little story about that. But basically, the spirit of Franny and the mom and the baby and anybody else that was harmed roams the area near Deer Creek in search of, happiness and peace. And the mom looks for the baby and she calls out the baby's name. Well, apparently if you stand underneath this bridge and you stay still, you can hear wagon wheels above you.
Oh, my God.
I don't know what I would do because, like, I know that doesn't exist anymore. Like, it exists, but, like, it's in museums. So I'd be like...
people don't really use them anymore. Maybe
no.
if you're just showing, like, when it's rodeo time and they're, going through town, at the parade. But
yeah, but that's, like...
Yeah, I would... Shoot, man, I'd be gone.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do.
Pee on myself.
I'd be like, nope. All right. So... Well, I know that was a little shorty, but we can talk and everything real quick, so...
Yes. Keep looking up our YouTube stuff, guys. God, that's loud. I'm sorry if I'm screaming in the mic, guys. I didn't mean to.
That was loud.
Check out our YouTube stuff like I do. Like I said, I do all the editing and stuff on that. And then, of course, check us out on the old Spotify and Twitter. Spotify and... Pretty much, I've really got us out everywhere now.
Yeah,
there's really nowhere you can't. I don't think.
I have it written down somewhere. I just don't know where I wrote it down at. Like I have it written down of where we're at and on everything. I just don't know where I put the note. But like we're on everything
you can think of. We're on everything pretty much, but serious.
Yeah, but we're on iHeart, freaking Amazon, YouTube, like just Spotify.
Anything. So check us out.
Yeah,
man.
make
we got
sure
more
to
stuff. But we need to talk about doing a live show.
Yeah, so I want to
do a live show.
I really want to, and every time we think about it, it's too late because we have to give you guys like a scheduled time, like a week in advance.
Yeah, so we can do this. So if you're listening, y'all get send a message. Lexie runs that on Facebook. Send a message and.
Yeah, I've been very behind lately, and I'm sorry. Well,
and I'm still gonna do that goat man when I just haven't got around to it. Just yet. I've been busy.
But I need to work on like talking to you guys and shit. And sorry, I don't know why I said shit, but because like they message me and it takes me like 4 weeks to answer them because I'm not used to getting it, and I also don't want to open it. But I've noticed that they have like this automatic message, and it's like, hey, can you subscribe to my YouTube channel? And it's like almost every podcast has it, so we need to figure out how to make one like that. But I told a couple people that I would check out their stuff, and I have failed to check it out, and I need to rate it and tell them what I think about it.
Yes. And,
because
shouts out to people that are checking our stuff and sending us their stuff. See, this is another aspect I like of doing this too.
Yes, and I'm so sorry that I haven't. Yeah,
other stories and getting other experiences and stuff. Because like me and Lexie was saying, there's no way in heck we could ever cover every ghost story out there.
Yeah, and there's this one paranormal team that they actually contacted me and Stephanie, but we have them on yours, but they didn't contact us. They contacted on mine and Stephanie's, but we don't do that stuff. So I want to watch their stuff and get with them and try to do like an investigation thing because that one guy didn't get me back. But I am trying better. I suck at time management, and I'm trying to do college right now and this and other stuff.
I pretty much just go to work, and this is all I do is podcast.
Yeah, you're also like 50. Well, you raise kids
I ain't 50. I'm 44, man.
Okay, 6 years away. But yeah, so we're going to schedule a live thing. I will post more about that on Facebook and Instagram.
And y'all kind of kick around when y'all would like to hear us do a live do a live one.
We used to record on Saturdays, but I haven't been for like the past month because I've been busy.
That's what we might do is
but we'll probably do it on a Saturday.
We'll do a regular. We'll have a regular one come out that Wednesday, a scheduled one
and then they can just do our like behind the scenes and stuff like that.
That Saturday we'll do a live one.
Yeah. Because like in the live one, you guys can watch us set up and get ready and yeah, that'll be cool. But like I said, I'm so sorry that if I haven't gotten back to any of you guys. By the time you guys hear this, we might, because this is like the second week in November when this is coming out. But like I don't know. So
I don't know, so let me know.
I did mention that we are 6 months into this.
And it's awesome, guys. It's been a great, cool ride. I can't wait till we've done it like a year. I mean, especially a year.
I know. We're halfway there. I know it's only special 5 that we're going to be having come out.
Yeah.
It's going to be coming out the Monday before the month ends.
Yeah.
So Thanksgiving week.
Yes, it will.
And we're going to be talking about the Hat Man, spoiler alert, because...
That's what Stephanie thought we should.
Well, Stephanie.
I thought Stephanie brought the Hat Man up.
No, I did, because Ashley showed us that documentary, She was like, there would be a good example of what to talk to them about. And I was like,
yeah,
okay.
the Hat Man. I remember now.
Because everyone in my family has stories about it. I want to talk to you guys about it and stuff, and it's really cool.
I've never heard of the Hat Man. I've never had an experience. So this would be a good one for me.
And then the last week in the month, right before Thanksgiving.
Hey, you know what? That'd be good right there. That's what we'll do. We'll schedule a...
well, that's just how it falls in our schedule.
We'll schedule a live podcast on Facebook that Saturday of Thanksgiving weekend.
That'll be getting ready for December. December, that will us be getting ready for December. Then we'll talk about that more later because I do the scheduling. Dad doesn't. So
I know.
But anyway, we're about to be on our 30th episode in about 2 weeks.
30th, baby. So. What? No, there ain't really nothing that ties with 30.
I don't know. But it's all good. It's all good,
though. It's still awesome, though, 30. Can you imagine, though, we're like, when we hit 30, we are like 22 episodes away from having a season. Ain't that going to be weird when we start? Oh, my gosh. Ain't that going to be weird? Because, like, in April or May, guys, May is when we started it. So
May, like, 17th or something.
Yeah, May of next year. That's going to be our birthday. So we're probably going to have a little barbecue and stuff.
Yeah, then we can do that live. No, not with our family. We can't. We'll do something for you guys.
No, we'll do something for the audience.
Yeah, that's true.
There's your podcast, Ashley's, and your sister's. We'll just all get together and...
Yeah.
Be like an anniversary
Speaking
party.
of me and my sisters,
really?
What? Sorry, I was rubbing my nose. Speaking of me and my sisters, y'all need to check that one out. We are almost at 20 episodes. It's been kind of crappy lately. Not crappy, but like the stories haven't been 100% the best. But like I said, I'm also struggling to do time management. So
if you like conspiracy stuff, that one's good. We talk about the Philadelphia experience.
We've talked about so many conspiracy theories and unsolved murders and stuff like that. I have to do so much more research. But I also do unsolved murders from time to time. I just don't talk about it a lot because Stephanie doesn't really understand.
But I'm not